Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. First, India put the Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance. Then came Operation Sindoor, its calibrated military response to cross-border terror. And now, as Operation Sindoor stands paused, New Delhi is tightening another strategic screw, moving to stop the surplus waters of the Ravi River from flowing into Pakistan. Well, Operation Sindoor is not paused though. The trigger: the near completion of the Shahpur Kandi Dam, a long-delayed project that will allow India to fully utilize waters allocated to it under the 1960 agreement. For decades, excess Ravi water flowed downstream into Pakistan simply because India lacked the storage and diversion capacity to retain them. That changes now. The dam, expected to be fully operational soon, will channel water to irrigate thousands of hectares in Punjab and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Officials describe it as a long-pending development project. Critics across the border call it a strategic squeeze. Pakistan's agriculture depends heavily on the Indus River system. Cutting off surplus Ravi flows could exacerbate water scarcity, especially ahead of the hot summer season, potentially impacting crop production, rural livelihoods and urban water supplies. The Indus Waters Treaty, brokered by the World Bank in 1960, survived wars, standoffs and decades of hostility between India and Pakistan. It was completely halted, paused only because Pakistan continued to back terror. Following the Pahalgam terror attack on April 22nd last year in India, subsequent Operation Sindoor, the government had signalled that blood and water cannot flow together. Ambassador Veena, a very simple thing: Indus Waters Treaty, Operation Sindoor, and now Ravi. What is India really looking at?
Yeah, I think this is steps which are very long in the making, and I'm very glad that the government of India has taken the step to suspend the Indus Waters Treaty after the very cruel and despicable attacks on the tourists at Pahalgam in 2022. I think that the Pakistan end of the Indus Waters Treaty has always prevented India not only from, they've objected at every stage on the projects that we have on the other three rivers, the Indus, the Jhelum and the Chenab, but even on our rivers, there were so many technical objections they raised at every stage on the Ravi, Beas and Satluj. Of course, the Shahpur Kandi Dam that you have mentioned, and I'm very glad that it's inaugurating by March 31st of this year. The difficulties of the dam, a lot of them were internal logistics differences between Jammu and Kashmir and Punjab and so on. But ultimately, it has become a national project and it's going to be completed. So even the waters of the Ravi, which used to flow because this dam had not been completed, will now be fully stopped. And districts like Kathua and Samba in J&K, which are drought-prone districts, from this summer onward, they will have no fear of drought because over 32,000 hectares of these two districts will be irrigated now by the waters from this dam. And similarly, in Punjab also, the waters from this dam will irrigate close to 9,000 hectares.
Ambassador, very quickly, I want to ask, is this about meeting the requirements of the country in terms of farming, agriculture and so much more? Or is this really an offensive against the Pakistan, or is it both? How do you see this?
No, I think it's a decision which was long in the making, but it's the correct decision. And it's a combination of many reasons, but a lot of it had to do with the requirements of water resources within India. I mean, let's take even the state of Jammu and Kashmir. So many of the projects on these rivers are in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan keeps talking about the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They keep casting their eyes possessively on the state of Jammu and on the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. But when it comes to giving water for the development and water resource requirements of the people in Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan has been completely ruthless. They have objected at every stage. They have delayed projects, even like the Bula Barrage and all that in Jammu and Kashmir, and always they have done everything they could in their everything they possibly could to prevent the people of Jammu and Kashmir from accessing the elementary requirement of water resources. So this is one thing on their side, which was always very difficult. But from our side also, there was always a debate: should something like the Indus Waters Treaties be used in this question of bilateral relations between India and Pakistan? But it is the correct decision that was taken by our government, because very, very difficult to say that blood, as our Prime Minister said, blood and water cannot flow together. You cannot have, India going on giving its water resources to Pakistan and Pakistan returning this only with terrorism, only with killing, only with state sponsorship of non-state actors and state sponsorship of cross-border terrorism. I think this is the right thing, and I'm very glad that on 31st March this year, we will see a unique moment where the Ravi River will stop sending any of it into Pakistan.
Major General Rajan Kochhar, if I can get you in. I mean, it's a very simple thing for an ordinary citizen to really look at Pakistan and say, what's wrong with them? Because they just speak the language of violence. They just speak the language of terror. Whenever their ministers, their leaders speak, they speak a language of terror. Just recently, there was no diplomacy. There was no, there was no words that were uttered with caution. It's just about how menacingly they terrorize with empty threats, an attempt to terrorize with empty threats. And this is not just India being assertive. It's a message to the world, sir, that India is not going to take it any more lying down.
You're absolutely right. See, this Ravi River also, it's not much of water which flows into Pakistan, only 1.5 million acre feet, and the ambassador has rightly pointed out, it is more for our own requirements. Now, coming to Pakistan, see, we have now seen a change in the geopolitics as far as the thinking of this government is concerned. If Pakistan can weaponize terror and the kind of influx of terrorism is happening in Jammu and Kashmir. Recently, Kishtwar area, we saw a number of encounters, taking place. So there has to be a retaliation. You can't be taking down everything lying down, and therefore weaponization of water is required. And we have actually done it. It's a strong message has gone to Pakistan. Only it is a matter of time. The western rivers, where the Pakistan has got a share, a larger share of water, it's only a matter of time when these dams and these desilting areas are coming up in Jammu and Kashmir, especially on the Chenab River. We are going to make the difference. And here also, when we talk about the Ravi River, this water was, surplus water was flowing into Pakistan for no reason. And this water, which was meant to be utilized by India, due to a lack of infrastructure over the years, we have not been able to utilize this water. So I think
I did not know about this fact.
A larger issue here is that we have been able to utilize this water now for our own needs, as well as preventing this water from flowing into Pakistan. So, it's a dual kind of thing which is happening. We are stopping this water from going to Pakistan. Let me tell you 2-3 important things which I actually read just now. This water which was flowing into Pakistan was going into the Lahore region canal systems. It was going for the border agriculture in Punjab, and I think it's going to hurt them, because whatever we may say right now that it is meant for our use, this is also going to hurt them in specific areas. In the larger context, it may not make much of a difference to Pakistan, but especially in Punjab, it is going to make a difference, because Punjab is the Achilles heel of Pakistan. Anything happening in Punjab, I think, because most of the government officials and most of the senior officials of the Pakistan army are from Punjab.
Right.
So whatever happens to Punjab is likely to have an impact in Pakistan also.
Thank you so much for joining us and explaining this. I think a very important move from India, giving a very strong messaging to the world and of course to Pakistan. Thank you so much for joining us.